Hey everybody, peace and blessings to you. Hello, good morning. Hello, blessings to you. I hope this video meets you well. I call these videos my 10-minute TikTok Tish Talks, and basically I'm just going to use the 10-minute time to share some thoughts that are on my mind. Try my best to focus my mind and share my thoughts. I do a lot of thinking. I am a deep thinker. I am a intuitive, a light worker, INFJ empath. I am a millennial mom of 5 children. I am an immigrant living in the US, unfortunately. And, you know, I'm many things. And that, like I said, includes being a deep thinker. It's a beautiful morning. It's a beautiful, quiet, foggy-ish morning in my neck of the woods, where I am in this world, where I am in the US. And I am blessed and fortunate enough to have woods right outside my backyard, a beautiful woods, you know. So you're very, very close and connected to nature, surrounded by trees, surrounded by a lot of animal life, you know, squirrels and chipmunks and birds. And the first thing I saw when I came outside was this deer staring at me, wondering what she's gonna do, watching me until it felt safe enough to move and run back into the woods. You know, and there's just lots of life. You can hear the animals, you can hear the owl at night, you can hear the birds, I can hear the squirrels climbing through the trees in the woods. And it's a blessing and a curse because, you know, I found it difficult. I only was here for, we were only here for a couple of years. This is our second year here. In November would be in December would be our second year here. And I did a little bit of gardening the first summer I was here. I planted things and grew things, and it was nice. But then we had deer eating up everything. And I didn't even bother to try to do much gardening. I didn't bother to try to do any gardening really this year. And I let nature take care of stuff. You know, some things grew back that surprised me, and some things that I expected to grow back that were annuals that perennials that I planted that I expected to grow back did not. None of them did. But then a lot of what I didn't expect to grow back grew back. You know, including some mums that I put into a galvanized container last year. They grew back, and some what do you call those, petunias that I planted last year grew back in the container. It very much surprised me because I didn't expect that at all. And you know, I just this year focused mostly on my inner garden, focus on myself, focus on my own inner garden, my own health, my self-development, my emotions, my learning, my journey, and you know, focus on building a foundation that I could take with me wherever I go. Because you know, obviously our family has, we don't foresee ourselves staying in the US. We don't feel safe here. You know, but lucky for us, we live in a state where we feel reasonably safe, so we could kind of like remain calm and just like focus our attention on trying to get out as soon as we can. But as an entire country, it doesn't feel safe here. You know, it doesn't feel safe here for anybody, to be honest. It's not safe here for anybody at all, actually. Even the people that think that it is, whatever it is that is going on, whatever it is that they're doing, whatever their agenda is, even them think that they're creating this kind of like world that they want, but they're not. They're not creating a world that they want. They don't know what they want. They don't know who they are. They're operating on this kind of like motivation of greed and darkness and hate, and like they're blinded by their darkness. And the environment in which they're creating, the world in which they're creating, by the energy that they are harnessing, isn't safe for anybody. Isn't safe for humanity at all. It isn't safe for the planet. It isn't safe for any living thing that lives in this planet. It is unsustainable, and it's not it's not something that could continue on the trajectory that it's on and end well for anybody. It's not going to end well for anybody, and it baffles me so much. It baffles me. I wonder so much what a lot of these people that are being a tool for the darkness, right? Being a tool for the darkness, what are they thinking? How are they perceiving the outcome? How are they envisioning this is all going to end up? I don't know how it's going to end up. I wanted to make this recording because the idea behind what I wanted to do here is I wanted to talk about the emotions that I go through, the feelings that I go through on a daily basis. You know, I try as best as I can. I use this this tool of, you know, sharing and inviting people into your world and into your mind and into your thoughts and sharing things aloud. I try to use this tool to the best of my ability and sow what I call digital seeds or light codes. You know, I try to put good energy into the world, right? Good energy into the world. But I want to share here in this recording, I want to share the feelings that I go through, because I go through all the different types of feelings. You know, I feel fear just like everybody else, but I feel like I've been through so much over the years that I've overcome the irrational fear. You know, I've overcome irrational fear, but I do feel fear, and I have to like breathe, and I have to like learn how to regulate my emotions, which I'm still practicing. I have to learn how to transmute that fear. I have to a couple of nights ago, I had to ask the divine, whatever that is, to take that fear and transmute it into something good, like turn it into something good. You know, take my fear from me and help me to breathe, help me to function, help me to be. You know, but I feel fear, and I feel all kinds of things. You know, I'm curious. I wonder. I'm wondering how this is all going to work out, and you know, and I come on this app, TikTok, and I go on YouTube. Those are the two apps that I really go on mostly. I don't really go on anything else these days, and I listen to all kinds of perspectives, right? And I get a peek into different lives. And it is very, very interesting, the worlds in which I get to look at, right? And I see people that are feeling fear and angry, and people who are engaged in what is going on, and then people who are, you know, living their best life. And I'm learning from the people that are living their best life, and I'm like, oh my gosh, how are you doing this? I want some of that. You know, that's what I want. I want to live my best life. I want to live the vacation life. I want to live that life where I feel safe, and I feel my home is how I want it to be, and I'm living in the way in which I dream, and I want some of that. I don't want all of that, but I want some of that, you know. But I'm also listening. I'm learning from people, all kinds of people, and hearing different perspectives. And I've really come to understand that what we are experiencing, like I wonder, like, is humanity mature enough to have this gift that we have, this ability to peek into other people's worlds and perspectives and their lives and their minds and their thoughts? And you could feel, if you're like me, you could feel their feelings, you could feel their energy, you could feel their emotions. You know, if you are someone who are able to take in the energy and the feeling and the emotions of something that is being presented to you, you know. And I just realized that, like, at the end of the day, I just realized that you're going to really have to learn what your mind, what's in your mind, what is in your life, what is your perspective, what is your feelings, because you got to be able to separate yours from others, because there's so many. It could be so overwhelming. I don't know how regular people that aren't me manage it. I watch and I listen, and I'm like, look at this, look at how you're scrolling, and all these different perspectives that are coming out, you know, that you're consuming all at once. How confusing that could be, how chaotic that could be. I'm going to continue this conversation in a part 2, but thank you for listening.